Have you ever wondered what our world would look like without the inventions of ancient China? No paper to record knowledge, no compass to guide explorers across oceans, no silk to inspire global trade, and no gunpowder to change the face of warfare. The truth is, without the genius and mystery of Chinese innovation, human history might have taken an entirely different path. But here's the question that still puzzles historians today. How did one ancient civilization create so many world-changing inventions, centuries ahead of its time? Was it luck, observation, or knowledge we have yet to rediscover? Let's journey back thousands of years to a land of emperors, scholars, and secrets. A land where rivers carried life, dynasties rose and fell, and ideas were born that would ripple across centuries. Ancient China was not just a civilization. It was a powerhouse of creativity, a place where invention met mystery. And the deeper we look, the more astonishing it becomes. Paper. It seems ordinary now. We tear it, fold it, scribble on it without a second thought. But imagine a world before paper. Writing was carved into bones, scratched on bamboo slips, or painted on silk. Heavy, costly, fragile. Knowledge was trapped, difficult to spread. Then, in the year 105 A.D., Kai Lun, an official in the Han Dynasty, presented something revolutionary. Paper made from mulberry bark, hemp, rags, and fish nets, mashed into pulp, pressed, and dried. Suddenly, history could be written cheaply, thoughts could travel, and ideas could last forever. But here's where the mystery creeps in. Was Kai Lun truly the first to create paper? Archaeologists have found fragments of earlier materials, suggesting the secret may have existed long before. Could paper have been a rediscovered technology, passed down from forgotten sources, hidden until the moment the world was ready? And what about the compass? Before it, travelers relied on stars, landmarks, or pure guesswork. But sometime during the Han Dynasty, Chinese scholars discovered that a piece of lodestone, a naturally magnetic mineral, would always point south. They crafted the south-pointing spoon, a device so strange it seemed almost magical. Place it on a smooth bronze plate, and the spoon would turn on its own, always aligning itself with the Earth's magnetic field. Imagine living in a time when science was not yet science, when invisible forces felt like whispers of the divine. What would you think if you saw an object that moved without touch, that always pointed to a hidden direction? To many, it must have felt like a window into secrets of the universe. The compass would eventually guide sailors across the oceans, fuel the age of exploration, and connect continents. But the question remains, how did the Chinese discover magnetism so early, long before the rest of the world caught on? Was it chance, or did they possess an understanding of nature that we have since lost? Silk. Delicate, shining, a fabric so enchanting that it became a treasure across the world. Legend says it began with a single cocoon falling into the teacup of Lady Shi Ling Shi, the wife of the Yellow Emperor. As she pulled at the strands, she realized the cocoon could unravel into long, shimmering threads. Whether the legend is true or not, silk became one of China's greatest secrets. For centuries, it was guarded so closely that anyone caught smuggling silkworms or their eggs faced death. From this secrecy grew the Silk Road, a trade network that stretched thousands of miles, connecting east and west. Rome craved silk, Persia coveted it, and merchants risked their lives to carry it across deserts and mountains. But here's the mystery. How did the first Chinese weaver discover that worms spinning cocoons could create something so valuable? And why did silk emerge only in China, while other civilizations never stumbled upon the same secret? Was it pure chance, or a gift of observation sharpened across generations? And then, gunpowder, the invention that changed the world, not with peace, but with fire. Around the 9th century, Chinese alchemists searched for the elixir of life. They mixed saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal, hoping to discover immortality. Instead, they discovered destruction: gunpowder. At first, it was used in fireworks, celebrations meant to scare away evil spirits. But soon, it found its way into warfare: flame-throwing spears, bombs, rockets, cannons. The world would never be the same. Armies trembled before its power, empires shifted, and battles became deadlier than ever. But think about it. What are the odds that in the search for eternal life, alchemists would stumble upon something so explosive, so world-changing? Was it accident, or did their obsession with the balance of elements, with yin and yang, lead them to uncover forces that reshaped history? Let's not forget printing. Before printing, books were copied by hand, word by word, stroke by stroke. Slow, costly, rare. But in the Tang Dynasty, woodblock printing appeared: words and images carved into wooden blocks, inked, and pressed onto paper. Suddenly, knowledge multiplied. By the Song Dynasty, movable type printing was invented by Bi Sheng, who used tiny clay characters that could be rearranged to print entire pages. Centuries later, Johannes Gutenberg would invent his printing press in Europe, sparking the Renaissance and the Reformation. But the seeds of printing were planted in China long before. Isn't it curious how one invention can ripple across centuries, sparking revolutions in thought, religion, and science? Porcelain, too, carried its own mystery. Known in the West simply as China, it was so delicate yet so strong that it became one of the most sought-after treasures on Earth. Ships sailed dangerous seas just to bring back porcelain plates, vases, and cups. To this day, the exact methods used by ancient Chinese artisans to create certain glazes remain a puzzle. How did they achieve such perfection, blending earth, fire, and artistry into something timeless? And then there's the seismograph. Imagine the year 132 AD. Most of the world had no way of predicting earthquakes, no tools to sense the rumblings beneath the earth. Yet Zhang Heng, a Chinese polymath, built a device that could detect earthquakes hundreds of miles away. A bronze vessel, decorated with dragon heads, each holding a ball in its mouth. When the ground shook, even imperceptibly, the ball would drop into the mouth of a toad below, indicating the direction of the quake. It sounds almost like magic, doesn't it? But it was real. An ancient machine so advanced that modern scientists are still amazed at how accurate it must have been. Was Zhang Heng a genius far ahead of his time, or did he build upon knowledge we can no longer trace? Even the wheelbarrow, so simple yet so revolutionary. A single wheel, a wooden frame, handles to push. It allowed one person to carry loads that would normally require several. Farmers could move crops with ease, soldiers could transport supplies, builders could carry heavy stones. It seems obvious now, but at the time it was a breakthrough. And here's something curious. Though the wheelbarrow seems so simple, it appeared in China centuries before Europe adopted it. Why? Did China simply innovate faster? Or were there networks of knowledge that connected civilizations in ways we don't yet understand? When you step back and look at it all, paper, the compass, silk, gunpowder, printing, porcelain, the seismograph, the wheelbarrow, it's astonishing. One civilization thousands of years ago gave birth to so many world-changing inventions. And yet, we're left with questions that may never be answered. Was it the strength of dynasties that supported scholars and inventors? Was it the culture's deep respect for learning and harmony with nature? Or was it something deeper, something mysterious? Lost knowledge from an age before recorded history, carried like whispers into the minds of those who dared to ask questions? Think about it. How many secrets of ancient China have already been lost to time? Scrolls burned, libraries destroyed, inventions forgotten. For every discovery we know about, there may have been countless others erased by war, by fire, by the passing of centuries. What if there were inventions greater than paper or gunpowder, inventions that disappeared before the world ever knew them? The mysteries of ancient China remind us that history is not just about what we know. It asks about what we've lost, what we've forgotten, and what we may never uncover. Every invention we celebrate today is a clue, a fragment of a much larger story. A story filled with unanswered questions, with hidden chapters, with secrets still buried beneath the soil of China's vast land. So, what do you think? Were these inventions the product of genius, patience, and observation? Or did ancient China hold knowledge that has since slipped away from human memory? If this journey into the mysteries of ancient China has sparked your curiosity, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more explorations into the secrets of history, and share your thoughts in the comments. Which invention do you think had the greatest impact on humanity? And do you believe there are lost inventions we may never know about? The mystery remains, the questions linger, and the story continues. Because when it comes to ancient China, the past is never truly gone. It is waiting, like a whisper, to be rediscovered.